Hello humans, friends, earthlings, fellow sacred travelers, students, teachers alike, and then some. This is my post on periods, moon time, blood time, moon cycle, whatever sacred name you would like to give it. Before I continue, I want to preface this video by saying I am scratching the surface with this stuff, and I claim no mastery over this material. There is an abundance of information, positive information about periods and yoni well-being. I recommend that you do your research and find what resonates with you to kickstart your love and your passion for creating a healthier relationship with your yoni. I cannot and have chosen not to share all that I can in one video because it's basically, in order for me to deliver the material in a way that I think would be effective, I would be speeding through it, and it actually won't help you in the way that I want this video to be used, which is if you have a not so awesome relationship with your period and you're looking for ways to feel good when you bleed and enjoy it and feel empowered by it, creating a beautiful, healthy, empowering relationship with your period, I'm just going to share the techniques, the tools, and the perspectives I used to get myself to that point. And so I hope it does help. First things first, I want to talk about the most popular collective perspective on periods and change it up. So the most popular collective perspective on periods, which a lot of women I'm sure are aware of, is that it should be hidden, that it's gross, that it's dirty, that women should be ashamed of it, and that it's just this taboo. It's a thing that you just don't talk about. And I'm here to say that that's a whole bunch of bull, and that it's in fact the opposite. So I'm removing the belief, and I ask you, remove the belief that it's gross. Remove the belief that it's an inconvenience. Remove the belief that it's a burden. Remove the belief that you have to hide it, and remove the belief that you have to feel ashamed when you have it. Instead, integrate the belief that it's empowering. Integrate the belief that it's beautiful, that it's actually a gift, and it gives you things that you cannot even imagine. And I promise you, the relationship with your period will start to change. And before I continue, I will mention it's hard for me to share my techniques on how I built a healthy relationship with my period and not go off on tangents on how it also influenced and positively reconstructed my relationship with other aspects of my life, like sexuality, identity, esteem, all of it, everything, my body in general. So I might go off on a little bit of tangents, and those will just be other things I'll mention in other posts. For now, it's about periods. So after removing the belief system, reintegrating the new belief system, a couple other things to remove. Let's talk about products that you use for your period to collect your blood. Stop using commercial tampons and pads. You can do your research if you would like. There are a lot of chemicals in these products that are actually very toxic for you. I don't know why they do it. I personally cannot put that in my body, and it blows my mind that a tampon can cause toxic shock syndrome, and that we have to put that inside of us for like multiple times a day for a whole week. To me, that's a no-no. Luckily, there are companies out there making organic cotton tampons and organic cotton pads. So if you're really into tampons, I would trade the commercial ones out for organic cotton ones. And you can find them at Whole Foods or like a health food store, and you can also get them online. I know there's a company called like Lula or Lola Organic Cotton tampons and pads, and they actually, like, there's like a subscription. I don't use it, but I've heard of it, and that's one other option. Another option is period cups. There are a bunch of different brands. Do your research, find the one that resonates with you if you're more into that. Using a period cup does give the benefit if you want to give your blood back to the earth, if you want to do yoni paintings, if you want to use your blood for like feeding plants and stuff like that. So that's products. And also, I hope I mentioned intention. If I haven't mentioned intention, please make an intention to do this. It's like having a plant, and you want that plant to be beautiful. beautiful and you want to have like an awesome relationship with that plant. But if you don't water it and feed it love and good energy, it's going to die. Just like our periods or anything that we're giving negative thoughts to, it's not going to give us positive feedback. Like, that's just not how it works. So if you think more positively about your period and you set the intention to build these strong relationships, it will thank you and it will recognize that, and it will become a more positive experience. So start with thoughts, intention, beliefs, and feelings first. And then products as well. And then, so we have reconstructing the beliefs about it. We have set the intention. We have removing old products that no longer serve you. And then we're going to have one of my favorites, which is get a journal. This is my Yoni journal, and I love it too because it actually kind of reminds me of a Yoni. Oh, it's beautiful. It has like little gold rivulets just sort of weaved in there. What is this? I don't know the company. Teslan Panda Kalam. I don't know. I got it when I was at Kripalu. So I use that. What I do is I just write down the date. Sometimes I'll even bullet point. Like if I'm like, I've been journaling for years, by the way. So this is not new to me. So I have different methods for it. There are like really long entries where I'll put the date and write down my mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual feelings for that day and connect it to my period and my time in the cycle. And when I get closer to my period, I can literally, if I look back at these journals, I really do make a connection between all of that. I'll see what I carried with me that month and led up to the point to where I bleed, and I'm like, that's why this is happening. That's why I'm experiencing it in this way, because I had these thoughts, I ate these foods, I had these feelings. Therefore, either I'm like, I have like no symptoms, I feel excited, I feel elated, I feel happy, I feel free, I feel beautiful. Or I could be like, wow, I feel a little tired, I feel a little heavier, I feel a little sad, and all that. It really just depends on what I'm carrying with me for that month, that energy that's going into the time that I actually start bleeding. So if you have a journal, I promise you it will seal the bond between all of your bodies, your emotional, spiritual, and physical. And this will not only help you with getting a stronger relationship with your period, but all areas of your life. These are just awesome. I love them. Did I say remove caffeine from your diet? I hope not. But I hope I said caffeine will increase. Caffeine, specifically coffee. It is a very acidic thing to ingest, and it changes the pH balance of your whole system as well as your yoni. This is not, I've read articles, sure, but this is my own personal experience. My yoni is happier and it feels better, and other stuff too when I'm not drinking a lot of coffee. If I'm drinking a lot of coffee, I try to balance it out with water, and I recommend that for you. I'm not saying cut coffee out of your life. I know it's delicious. I'll still have it from time to time, but I don't do it on a daily basis. And really, yeah, if you do drink a lot of water, balance it out with even more water. And with that being said, drink lots of water. It's a miracle. We're made of like, what, 75-80% of water? Like, that's incredible. If you drink more water, your whole body starts to work for you. Not just your period, like everything. Your skin, your hair, your thoughts. Boom. Magic. Water. Done. Okay. And then we'll do, I'm running out of time. Okay. See what I mean when I said I can't fit it all in one? I'm already talking fast. So, start digesting positive information about periods, and I promise it'll make you feel great. Plenty of resources out there. I know there's a book called Yoni Shakti that my friend Emma mentioned to me, and I guess that's like this thick about womb wellness and health, and like blows my mind. So check that stuff out. Positive information about periods, because it is awesome. I swear to goodness, it's amazing. Okay. And adornments. This is one of my favorite things. So this is if you want to like have fun with your period and make it a little more magical, make it a little mystical, make it playful. I have a dress that I wear every time that like the first day that I bleed. And it's kind of like it's a sacred thing for me, but it's fun. It's not like dark and mysterious and woo-woo. It's like a celebration. It's like getting an A on a test. I don't know if that's a good analogy. Either way, I do have a dress that I wear my first day that I bleed, and it rocks. Another cool thing would be to get like a ring or a necklace that you wear throughout that whole week, and it's just for your period, and it becomes really special, sacred, and magical if you have that. Have like a small piece of adornment that you carry with you to make it extra playful and fun. And the last thing I will mention, oh gosh, is remystifying periods for you. When I lived in New Mexico for a short while, I went to this woman's house who hosted an event, and it was centered around period positivity. And there was this woman, Kate, who came. She's all dressed in black. She's from England, and her goal was to remystify periods. I don't know the whole long story. I don't memorize it, but I do remember a story where she said there was a culture where men revered the women on their periods because they knew that women on their periods were closer to the spirit world because the veil was thinner when they were bleeding. And I was like, yeah, more of that, please. Which makes a lot of sense, though, if you think about it, because our blood, it's our DNA, it actually does connect us to our ancestors. So, and for me, I do feel like my intuition is a little more heightened when I'm bleeding. I feel like I have more clarity on what decisions to make at that time. Because throughout the month that before I bleed, I'm collecting all this emotional data, and it's sometimes hard to process, and it can be weighty, and it can be from other people and not just me. And that's the role of an empath. And if you're like a sensitive person, or if you're clairvoyant, or just into this stuff, you understand what that's like. And I realize that sometimes I'm like, what's theirs and what's mine? And then when I bleed, boom, it's like cleansed out, and it's like nothing deters me from a knowing that this is how I feel, this is what's right for me at this point in time and space and dimension. And then I go and then I do and I be, and it's very, very helpful. And that also makes me really excited for my periods because it's a really beautiful release. And that is not to say that you cannot access that type of intuition at other phases throughout the month. We always have access to that type of intuition. I'm just saying, for me, on my period, it is sacred for me, and it is very helpful in that process. So that is what I can give you now. I hope it was helpful. And for those who are trying to rebuild a relationship, a positive relationship with their period, and start to use these techniques, let me know how it goes. I would love to hear from you. And I hopefully it's a positive experience. And if you have any questions, let me know. Reach out to me via Instagram. You can message me there. You can message me on my website. I have my email, and there's a contact form up there. I promise the contact form is not just arbitrarily up there. I will respond to you. I do care about this stuff. Thank you to all who are watching this, and I hope it's awesome. Let's spread more positivity, beauty, and empowerment around periods in the collective field. So heck yeah, shine on, stay groovy, and I will talk to you all very soon. Thanks again. Bye.